You don't need to spend $1,200 to get a shotgun that works. In fact, some of the most dependable scatterguns on the market right now are sitting on store shelves for half that, or less. We're talking no-nonsense pump guns, break actions, and even slug-optimized bolt guns that flat-out perform in the real world. Home defense? Check. Turkey season? Covered. Something you can hand to your kid or keep by the back door? Done. Now look, we're not listing safe queens or boutique imports here. Every shotgun in this breakdown is built to be used, hard, and it's been selected based on what actually matters: reliability, pattern performance, and how it runs when the stakes are real. Whether you're just getting started or you're adding to a serious loadout on a budget, these shotguns prove you don't need deep pockets to get dependable firepower. Let's break them down by what they're built to do. Number 10. Pointer Acrius Over and Under. You want an over and under shotgun for under $500? This is it. The Pointer Acrius is a break-action double barrel made in Turkey and brought stateside by Legacy Sports. It's chambered in 12-gauge with options for 20, 28, and 410 bore. Barrel length runs 28 inches for the field model, and the standard version comes with a single selective trigger, chrome-lined barrels, and a tang safety. At 7 pounds flat, the Acrius balances better than most budget shotguns we've handled in this class. It's got extractors instead of ejectors. Basic, but dead reliable. You're working with 3-inch chambers, 5 included choke tubes, and a clean vent rib up top with a brass bead sight. Now, furniture-wise, the Turkish walnut is what you'd expect, machine cut, but it holds grain and actually looks better than some American guns twice the price. Lockup is solid. Hinge feels tight. The break action doesn't get sloppy, even after repeated range sessions. Out of the box, these run about $450 retail. You can often find them closer to $420 online. No, it's not a competition-grade trap gun. But if you're a bird hunter, clays shooter, or just want a simple break action that works, the Acrius earns respect in the budget double-barrel world. My take? This is a beginner's over-under that doesn't feel like a toy. It patterns clean, it points naturally, and it doesn't fall apart like the cheap knockoffs you find on pawn shop racks. Number 9. Rossi Tuffy Turkey 410 bore. This is one of those guns people laugh at, until they pattern it. The Rossi Tuffy Turkey is a single-shot, break-action shotgun chambered in 410 bore. It weighs in at just over 3.5 pounds. No joke. And it was built for one purpose: tight turkey patterns with TSS loads inside 40 yards. Barrel length is 18.5 inches. It's threaded for interchangeable chokes, and it comes with an extra full turkey choke straight from the factory. It's drilled and tapped for optics, so you can mount a red dot or reflex sight with zero fuss. The stock is minimalist, literally skeletonized polymer, with an integrated ammo sleeve for extra shells. You've got a crossbolt safety, a simple hammer design, and a break-open lever that runs as smooth as anything we've handled at this price point. Now, let's talk cost. This scattergun retails for around $200, and in many cases, you'll find it closer to $175. Here's the deal. It's not a do-it-all gun. It's not a range toy. But for spring gobbler season, with the right load, say a 3-inch TSS shell, it'll put 30 to 40 pellets in the head and neck at 40 yards. This is the definition of a tool-built shotgun. And if you hunt small game or chase birds in tight terrain, the Rossi Tuffy is light, lethal, and zero fluff. Number 8. Stevens 301 Turkey 410 bore. If the Rossi Tuffy is the minimalist solution, then the Stevens 301 Turkey is the sniper rifle of budget turkey guns. This is a single-shot, break-action shotgun chambered in 410 bore, specifically optimized for running TSS loads in the spring woods. It comes factory-threaded for windchoke tubes and includes an extended extra-full choke out of the box, perfect for those ultra-tight 35 to 40-yard shots. The barrel is 26 inches long, giving you better velocity and tighter pattern control than most 410 guns. You also get a full-length top rail pre-installed for optics, so you can run a red dot, turkey scope, or even a reflex sight depending on your setup. Weight is light, just over 5 pounds. It's well balanced. The synthetic stock comes in full mossy oak camo, and the break-open action is reliable and smooth, even after hundreds of rounds. These shotguns are still sitting on shelves for around $220 to $250, depending on retailer. No frills, no gimmicks, just a purpose-built platform for hunting birds the precision way. My take? This is the most overlooked precision turkey gun on the market, under $300. If you pair it with Federal TSS and a red dot, it's a 410 that hits like a 12 gauge, without the recoil. Number 7. Winchester SXP Hybrid Hunter. If you're looking for a pump shotgun that feels like a semi-auto, this might be the one. The Winchester SXP Hybrid Hunter is a 12-gauge, 3-inch pump gun that's built around Winchester's inertia-assisted action system. That means every time you fire and rack the slide, the recoil helps kick the action rearward faster, making it one of the fastest cycling pump guns on the market. You get a 28-inch barrel, a 3+1 capacity, a vent rib with fiber optic front sight, and full camouflage coverage on the synthetic stock and forend. This is a shotgun built for the blind, the field, and the truck rack. It ships with 3 Invector Plus choke tubes, and the bore is chrome-lined. The drop and cast are adjustable, and the textured grip panels lock into your hands even when the rain's coming sideways. Weight sits right around 6 3/4 pounds. Shoulders naturally. Swings fast. Patterns evenly with buck, bird, or slugs. Retail? These guns are going for just under $450 brand new. This is one of the few sub-$500 shotguns that doesn't feel cheap in the hands, and it's earned its reputation as a hard-use workhorse for waterfowlers, deer hunters, and anyone who needs a shotgun to do more than just sit in a safe. Number 6. Savage Bolt-Action Slug Gun, 20 gauge. If your state limits you to shotgun only for deer season, and you need rifle-grade accuracy without breaking the bank, this one's made for you. This is Savage's bolt-action slug gun chambered in 20 gauge. It runs a 2-round detachable box magazine and comes factory-equipped with a 22-inch rifled barrel. Twist rate is 1 in 24, optimized for sabot slugs, and the barrel is button-rifled carbon steel for better consistency. Up top, you'll find a one-piece scope rail, ready for a low-power optic or even a red dot. The synthetic stock uses Savage's AccuFit system, allowing you to adjust the comb height and length of pull with included spacers, just like a centerfire rifle. It also ships with the fully adjustable AccuTrigger, which breaks crisp and can be tuned down for precise control on cold morning hunts. Weight is just over 7.5 pounds, scoped. Balance is dead center. It's not fast, but it shoots tight. At 100 yards, this slug gun can hold groups inside 2 inches with Hornady SSTs or Federal Trophy Coppers. Price point? Around $475 to $500, depending on model and camo package. If you're in the Midwest or Northeast and need a gun that'll put deer down clean through brush, timber, and field, without spending $1,200 on a sabot setup, this bolt gun does the job. Clean, quiet, and built to make meat. Number 5. Benelli Nova Tactical, 12 gauge. The Benelli Nova Tactical is one of those shotguns that's been flying under the radar for years, until someone actually runs one and realizes what they've been missing. This is a 12-gauge pump action with an 18.5-inch barrel, a 4+1 capacity, and a rock-solid polymer over steel frame that's built to take abuse. Everything on this shotgun is integrated. The stock, the receiver, and the pump are one continuous synthetic unit molded over the skeletonized steel. What that means in real-world terms? No screws coming loose, no stock wiggling after 200 rounds of buck, and no play in the action even after years of patrol-level use. The Nova accepts 2 3/4, 3-inch, and even 3.5-inch shells, giving you flexibility from low-recoil home defense loads to Magnum waterfowl rounds. The barrel is fixed cylinder bore, and the front sight is a high-visibility blade, perfect for point shooting under stress. It's also drilled and tapped for optics, and at just under 7.5 pounds, it balances well between recoil absorption and maneuverability. Now here's the kicker. These shotguns are still retailing for around $400 to $425 brand new. For under $500, you're getting Italian engineering, dead simple controls, and a shotgun that was built for real-world use, not the gun counter beauty contest. Number 4. Stoeger P3000 Defense 12 gauge. If you're looking for a no-frills, rock-solid pump gun under $300, this is where you start. The Stoeger P3000 Defense is a 12-gauge pump-action shotgun chambered for 2 3/4 and 3-inch shells. Barrel length is 18.5 inches, and it comes with a fixed cylinder bore choke, perfect for home defense, training, or truck gun duty. It holds 5 in the tube and 1 in the chamber. The front sight is a basic white bead, and the receiver is drilled and tapped if you want to mount an optic or ghost ring setup later on. At just over 6.5 pounds, it shoulders quick, recoils straight back, and runs smoother than you'd expect for a shotgun that costs under $280 new. The pump stroke is tight. The action bars are twin rail, and it's built with the same design philosophy as Benelli, which makes sense. Stoeger is under the same parent company. No, it's not fancy. There's no side saddle, no optic, and no extended magazine tube. But that's the point. This gun gives you exactly what you need, and nothing that'll fail under pressure. If you need a pump shotgun you can beat up, stash in a truck, or trust for worst-case scenarios without draining your wallet, the P3000 Defense is pound for pound one of the best values in the tactical shotgun world. Number 3. CZ Teal Over and Under 12 gauge. You don't expect to find real walnut and a laser-engraved receiver on a shotgun that costs under $700, but the CZ Teal somehow pulls it off. And in the right market, you'll find it brand new for closer to $550 to $600. This is a break-action over and under chambered in 12 gauge, with 3-inch chambers, 30-inch vent rib barrels, and ejectors instead of extractors. Yes, ejectors on a sub-$1,000 double gun. It comes with 5 interchangeable chokes, a selective trigger, and a Tang safety barrel selector combo like you'd find on a Browning or Beretta. The action locks up tight. The hinge is solid. And most surprising of all, the trigger pull is crisp, with minimal travel on the bottom barrel. The LOP is just over 14.5 inches, making it comfortable for most average shooters. Weight is right around 7.5 pounds, which makes recoil manageable even when you're sending 1 1/8 ounce loads downrange all afternoon. This isn't a cheap Turkish knockoff. It's a workhorse over-under that you can use for trap, upland, or dove season without babying it. If you've always wanted a classic double barrel but thought they were out of reach, this is the one to get your hands on before prices climb. Number 2. Maverick 88. Security 12 gauge. This one's a legend in the budget shotgun world, and for good reason. The Maverick 88 is the working man's Mossberg, built with the same action design and receiver dimensions as the 500 series, but assembled in Texas with imported parts to keep costs low. Chambered in 12 gauge, the security model runs an 18.5-inch barrel, holds 5 in the tube and 1 in the chamber, and accepts most Mossberg 500 accessories: stocks, barrels, mag extensions, and even heat shields. The barrel is fixed cylinder bore, perfect for buckshot or slugs. The front sight is a brass bead. The synthetic stock is rugged, no nonsense, and ready for abuse. Safety is crossbolt, not tang-mounted like the 500, but still intuitive with practice. What makes the Maverick shine is its price-to-performance ratio. You can still find these brand new for around $200 to $220, and they run hard, pump stroke is solid, it cycles light and heavy loads alike, and the steel-on-steel lockup holds tight even after thousands of rounds. This isn't a range toy or a collector's piece. This is a throw-it-behind-the-seat shotgun that lives in trucks, closets, and patrol cars across the country. If you've got $200 and need a defensive pump that works, this is it. Plain and simple. Number 1. Mossberg 590, 12 gauge. You knew it had to be here. The Mossberg 590 isn't just a cheap shotgun that works. It's a combat-proven platform that's served with military and law enforcement units for decades. And today, it's still one of the most trusted pump actions you can buy under $600. This is a 12-gauge, 3-inch chambered pump gun with an 18.5-inch barrel and a 6+1 capacity. The receiver is drilled and tapped for optics. The safety is tang-mounted. The dual extractors and twin action bars make cycling buttery smooth even under stress. You get a heavy-walled barrel with a cylinder bore choke, perfect for buck, slug, or breaching rounds. Some models ship with ghost ring sights, others with a basic bead. Either way, you're working with a gun that's as rugged as it gets. The polymer stock is solid. The metal trigger guard and steel-to-steel lockup give it durability most budget pumps can't touch. And because it's a Mossberg, aftermarket support is endless. Rails, lights, side saddles, slings, you name it. Here's the wild part. You can still find standard 590 models for around $520 to $570, depending on the configuration. This isn't just the best affordable shotgun on this list. It's one of the best value combat shotguns ever built. Period. There you go. 10 shotguns that prove you don't need a fat wallet to get real-world performance. Every one of these scatterguns runs hard, hits solid, and costs less than what most folks drop on optics alone. From pump actions built for home defense to break actions dialed for turkey season, these aren't gimmicks. They're tools that work. If this countdown gave you some new options to consider, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dive breakdowns from Firearms Zone. Got a budget shotgun that surprised you? Drop it in the comments. We might feature it next time. This is Firearms Zone. Stay loaded, stay sharp, and I'll see you on the range.